Hello, everyone. My name is Garrett,
And I'm Kevin.
and we are here from Real Watchers with a special little video today. We wanted to go back and do something we haven't done in quite a while. Actually, I don't think I've done one of these since the Disney animated tier list that I did, and that kind of spoiled it. We're going to be doing a tier list this week for our favorite movie theater concessions. Now,
Yep.
we've already got it pulled up here, and we're going to go ahead and put these into the chart. Obviously, S tier is going to be the best. A, then B, then C, then D, and F tier is the one that we like the least. It is the least good out of all of them. But there is also a small section, as you can see down there at the bottom, which is don't have. This is going to be something that our movie theater just doesn't have. There's a couple things on here. I can't get rid of them. I don't know how to, at least. And so we'll skip over those and just kind of, think about those a little bit later. But Kevin, how often do you get concessions when you go to the movie theater?
Probably every single time I go to the movies. Especially with the new refillables that Regal has all the time, because it's just so damn cheap. That's why. And I love those things.
Yeah, it just makes it so much easier for, especially if you're a popcorn person or like a soda person, like I am. So like you can get those cheaper. I don't know how much this is like the size of probably a medium drink, I would say.
Yeah, and it's not like a cheap size. It's like a good amount size.
A good amount. Like I didn't finish mine, and we literally just went to a movie a couple hours ago, which you'll have to watch our live stream to find out what we thought of that movie. But let's go ahead and just kind of start digging into this. Though there's a couple of ground rules. Each one of us is going to get a veto. So, for instance, if I say that hot tamales is an S tier candy for some reason, and Kevin's like, no, I will not hear that it is an S tier. It is clearly a tier. Then he can veto. So we each have one of those vetoes, something that we're going to be willing to put in a lesser category. But we also, each of us have one thing. We each have our go-to every time we go, we get this item.
Yep.
And automatically those will be S tier items because they're the things that we get no matter what. And it kind of feels weird to veto the thing that the other person actually really, really likes. So, Kevin, what is the item for you that you get every single time and will put on the S tier?
It's got to be popcorn for me. I mean, you saw it today when we went. I immediately got popcorn. So that's my S tier. Is it always the best popcorn? No, it's not. You're one up. There you go. To the left. Keep going.
Oh, there it is. Duh.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it always the best popcorn? No, but it's something to snack on that's not gonna disturb everybody else around you, and that's what I like about it. And I only get popcorn when I go to the movies. I don't have popcorn at home sometimes, just because it's like a special occasion, kind of.
Sure. Yeah. And I gotta be honest, I am not a popcorn person. If this was not a set in stone item, I would probably put this in maybe the C or D tier. I like if someone offers me some popcorn, I may have some, like just maybe a couple, but like it just gets stuck in my teeth. I don't really like the flavor unless it's just drowning in butter. And it's just I've had enough experiences with bad popcorn that it just it's not my favorite thing in the world. So so that's
what is
gonna be
your
Kevin.
S tier?
Great, great segue there. For me, it's actually a little bit different. Mine's a candy. That I get every single time, and that is Bunch of Crunch.
I can't argue with that.
I never get Bunch of Crunch when I'm at home, and it's kind of like you and popcorn. Like I always get this when I'm at the movie theater. We literally, again, we went an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours ago to the movie, and we both got these things. And it's the one thing, like even if I have had a lot of sweets that day, I have gone to 2 or 3 movies in one day at a theater and gotten Bunch of Crunch each time. Like that is just it's like a ritual for me. Like it's the thing that I have to get. And so for me, that's my auto one that goes onto the tier. But let's go ahead and see, Kevin. We have our first item here, and it's Kit Kats.
Okay, so I don't get Kit Kats at the movie theaters, but I do think it's a good candy. So I'm gonna put it as a C because that C is like I like the candy, but I wouldn't get it at the theater. It might be a little messy sometimes too. I like my Kit Kats a little bit cold and frozen, so having it a little bit melty and having it on your fingers and not knowing is kind of weird. But that's where I would put it.
I'm comfortable putting it at the C tier too. I like Kit Kats a lot. Like you, I like it when they're in the fridge and or the freezer and they're cold. Like any chocolate is just much better in the fridge. I would say except for Bunch of Crunch, because that'll just make the rice puffs harder. But like it is a great candy, but I don't get it at the theater, and I'm not like I know Bunch of Crunch is saying the otherwise. But like I'm not a big chocolate at the movie theater person typically. Yeah. So I feel like C is pretty good. Like, and again, this is like, let's make it very clear here. We are not saying that this is a C tier candy. We're saying that this is a C tier movie theater snack.
Exactly, because this is an A tier candy for me. But I don't remember the last time I got a Kit Kat at the movie theaters. So that's why I put it into C, because I would get it if someone offered me it. Like, hey, what kind of candy do you want? It'll be at the top of my mind, but it's not. If I'm paying for it, I'm not going to get a Kit Kat bar at the movie theater.
Sure. All right. Next up is Almond Joy.
Okay.
We don't really have these in our movie theater.
I don't think we do.
So I'm almost comfortable just putting it in the don't have.
Yeah.
Because I took pictures. We actually, when we went to the movie theater earlier today, I took pictures of the concessions available, and Almond Joy was not there.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah,
we're gonna put it down in the don't have. There is a version of this next candy though, which is Reese's. Now this one is the miniature cups. These are the ones you always get in like your Halloween stuff. We have Reese's Thins at the movie theater, so we'll just maybe we'll just lump them into one here. We'll just say Reese's in general.
Okay.
What do you think?
Reese's are my favorite candy. They will go into B. But I have not had Reese's in a movie theater. I can't even remember. So just because it's my favorite type of candy, either B or A, doesn't matter to me.
I would, for me, I'm going to say B. I would probably put it closer to C, just because like I've never had it at the movie theater, and I think that next time I go, I might actually try the Thins. I've never had Reese's Thins before, but I do like their chocolate. But the problem is for me, like Reese's, they have to be cold. They have to be in the fridge.
Yes.
And so I'm okay with B. I think B is a good placement there.
Okay.
Next up is one that I've actually never had before, which is Sweet Tarts Gummies.
No, never had that one.
I've never had this. So actually, you know what? Why don't we put it down in the bottom one here, and we'll update don't have to also be never tried.
Okay.
As well. Something that neither of us have ever tried. And I think that if there's something you have you've had that I haven't, then the placement's yours. That's kind of where we'll put it. Kind of similar is hot tamales. Hot tamales are not at the movie theater.
No.
At least not at ours.
They're an F tier anyways, so
interesting. I think they're at least a D, just because it's one flavor, and that's what's kind of annoying about it. It's just like it's not like Mike and Ike's where there's a bunch of them. Right.
Oh, see, I think I just don't like these capsule candies, because I don't like Mike and Ike's either.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll get there at some point. It's on here.
Yeah.
Next up, Junior Mints. These are peppermint flavored candies with chocolate covering them. They do have these at our movie theater. Where do you think, Kevin?
I'm thinking D.
I'm actually going to say the exact same thing. My sister-in-law is going to kill me for saying that this is a D. That's her Bunch of Crunch.
Oh, really?
But yeah, honestly, it's a good candy. Like they're smaller than York peppermint patties, which is really nice. But when I'm at the movie theater, again, it's just not my favorite thing.
I have so many other things that I gravitate towards before these, and that's what, like, the Bunch of Crunch, the Reese's, and the Kit Kats, I would probably get before Junior Mints.
There you go. And that's the whole point of the tier list. Next up are French fries. Now, our theater doesn't have French fries by themselves. You can get them with an upcoming item on this list. So should we put it down in the don't have, never tried?
I've never tried it.
Yeah, like they don't sell them by themselves, at least at our theater. So
okay.
Next up, I'm actually going to move one of these up here so we can talk about both at the same time.
Okay.
Red Vines and Twizzlers.
All right.
Now this is a debate for the for the ages.
Okay.
Where do you think?
Red Vines for me are an A.
Okay, so you're saying red vines are an A.
Yes.
And now what about Twizzlers?
I want you to do Twizzlers.
No, I know. I want to hear what you think about each one. But
Okay.
Because I'll give my thoughts on red
Twizzlers,
vines.
I give a B.
Twizzlers and B. Okay.
Just because my dad likes red vines, and when we used to go to the movie theaters, he would always get red vines. So it's kind of sentimental. And I just recently started liking Twizzlers. So I haven't gotten to a movie theater to buy Twizzlers. But my dad, when we always went, he always had red vines. So that's why I put it in A.
Okay. I only have one edit to make here. It's not a veto. It's an edit. I'm going to put Twizzlers down in C.
Okay.
I prefer red vines. And I think that both of them are waxy, obviously, because that's the kind of candy. I think Twizzlers are just a little bit more waxy, and I'm not a fan of it. Red vines, I don't know. I like how they're they have a different, a matte texture to them.
There's a texture, yeah.
And they, sometimes they crumble apart, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I prefer red vines to Twizzlers all day long. I mean, I've got sentimental, nostalgic value for those outside of the movie theater, which is not really influencing this. But I've had them at the movie theater before, and I would probably get them again if I was really craving them. So I feel like A is pretty good for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty, next up, cookie dough bites. These are at our theater.
I gotta put them in D, but above Junior Mints.
I
feel like
go ahead.
I feel like I would get these more than Junior Mints if I had an opportunity to.
Yeah, I agree, but I would not get them more than Twizzlers.
No. I think Twizzlers I would still get before cookie dough bites.
We're on the same wavelength right now, and I'm really liking this.
Yeah, we are.
All right. So next up is Dippin' Dots. So fun facts. For research purposes, I had this at the movie right before we got on and recorded this. Have you had Dippin' Dots before?
I have. It's been a while, but I have had Dippin' Dots.
Have you had them at the movie theater?
I have not had them at the movie theater.
Okay. Well, so since I just had them, I'm going to put them in I'm going to put them in the bottom of B tier right now.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Here's my reasoning. I love Dippin' Dots. They're fantastic. One of my favorite things when you get them in a cup and with a spoon.
Okay.
The theater. As far as I couldn't find a spoon. I probably just didn't ask the concessions clerk. But I literally had I had to put them in a bag, or they come in a bag, and I had to roll it up like a toothpaste bottle and just eat it out of the bag, which was cool because I'm getting a lot of it. But it was just that experience was kind of mid, and so but I do love Dippin' Dots, so I feel like B, good placement. What about you? What do you think?
I was gonna ask you. It was a hot day today where we are. Did it feel good being in the air conditioning and having Dippin' Dots in there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always nice to have a cool little treat. I probably would not get Dippin' Dots if it was December.
Yeah, no.
It's definitely a seasonal thing.
I haven't had this going to a theater, so but I remember liking Dippin' Dots, and especially when it's hot out. That would be a really cool, refreshing way to cool off inside of a cold movie theater with some dippies.
There you go. So B is okay with you?
That's fine with me.
All right. Next up are Milk Duds. Milk Duds are not at our movie theater.
Nope.
But I do 100% love them.
Oh.
Are you the opposite?
Okay, so with mine, it's not. No, they are good. But I don't feel like they're good movie candy.
That's true. 100% true.
Because you might be smacking a little bit because of the caramel. And you might get it stuck in your teeth. Probably worse than popcorn, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. And if you have bad teeth like I do, my jaw gets a workout eating Milk Duds. I have a box of them that I just finished a couple days ago. And I probably go through maybe 3 or 4, and then my jaw is already tired.
Yeah.
So having to do that for the movie just wouldn't make sense.
No.
Alrighty. Next up, Goobers.
I've never had Goobers.
Neither have I, because I don't like nuts, so it's going in the bottom tier. I honestly, so fun fact, I recorded the video of this already by myself, and I had a tier under F, which was, we'll just call it like the Z tier or whatever, and it was just for things that had nuts in it.
Oh, okay.
So that's a precursor for anything I have coming up. Hershey's chocolate, likewise, we do not have that at our movie theater by itself.
No.
Same with Charleston Chews, which really hurts because I love Charleston Chews. I'd probably put those up in the A tier if we had them at the movie theater, 100%. Alrighty, peanut butter M&Ms. We do have these at our theater.
Okay.
These are M&Ms filled with peanut butter.
I have not had these yet at the movie theaters. I have had them on their own.
Okay.
It is probably a low C tier for me. They are not that good.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I don't like any M&Ms except for the originals, and I think I'm not a big peanut butter person. So, like in candy or anything. So, I'm gonna go ahead and except for Reese's. Reese's is the only one, the exception. So,
Reese's has a different peanut butter.
It's different. It's on a different level.
Yeah.
So M&M's peanut butter. I feel like bottom of C is totally fine. All right, heavy hitter from my childhood.
Yeah.
Sour Patch watermelon.
This is gonna be S. S tier Sour Patch watermelons. You can't go wrong with that. Like that is my bunch of crunch. Even though I don't get it as often in the movie theaters because I have my big ass thing of popcorn. If I didn't, I would get Sour Patch Kids no matter what.
All right. Well, you know where I would put it?
An A. Oh, no.
I'm totally kidding.
Good. You little shit.
This is an S tier. I think what's interesting though, as I kind of mentioned earlier, it's like hot tamales, where it is the same flavor consistently, which is a little annoying, but the flavor is so good on these.
Yeah.
And it overwrites that kind of criticism. So yeah, total S tier. Not above our favorites. These two will stay at the top.
Oh no. Those will stay at the top. But man, some people bring Sour Patch Kids and I'm like, should have gotten some.
Alrighty. Next up, Airheads Soft Filled Bites. I've never had these.
I've never.
But we do have them. Okay. That's easy. Haribo Gold Bears.
It's got to be A.
A tier.
A tier. Cause they are not messy. They're very good with different flavors, and it's not noisy as some other candies on here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. I don't agree with A here.
Okay.
For a specific...
What are we thinking? What are you thinking?
Oh, for me, I would say D tier.
Ooh.
Just because, and I think if we probably put it at the top of C tier is probably the closest thing to the middle.
You're gonna persuade me.
So my reasoning for that is that, and this isn't a veto, this is just what my opinion is. Have you ever had Albanese gummy bears?
No.
They're slightly bigger, they're softer, and they're juicier, and they've got better flavor. And if the movie theater had those, I would definitely put them much higher. They have killed Haribo for me. Haribo just tastes so cheap and waxy now. Whether or not it's candy or as a movie theater concession, it just is not the same to me. I will say top of B tier though, or bottom of B tier, and to kind of put it in the middle somewhere, just because they are not messy, they're not loud, they're not noisy, and they are, if you're looking for something sweet, they're classic. So bottom of B tier.
I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
Kind of somewhere in the middle of where we were saying. We do have these at our movie theater. Hershey's chocolate dipped pretzels.
I haven't had them.
I have had them. I've not had them at the movie theater before, though. I'll say top of D tier. I don't know.
It's like a kind of healthy snack, kind of ish.
No, it's not healthy at all.
Well, okay, a pretzel snack.
It's dipped in chocolate, my guy.
Okay. So half of these are dipped.
The only
in
problem,
chocolate.
so they are a little bit messy. You're holding them in your hands, and they're getting kind of melty. That's why like the theater boxes are great because they don't melt in your hand. The
Yeah.
bags will, and so
okay.
I'm gonna put them in D tier.
Okay.
But speaking of melting, ice cream, and now okay, so this is Dibs Crunch,
The best.
but I forgot to take a picture of all the ice cream options available to us at the theater.
You got the best one.
So I'm gonna say this will be representative of all ice cream.
Okay.
There's like Dove bars, there's other kinds of things. So this is not just Dibs, this is ice cream in general.
Okay.
Not Dippin' Dots, so that's separate.
So if this was just Dibs Crunch, this is an S tier. But since it's all of the other ones, I gotta put it above Dippin' Dots.
Interesting.
Because I think I'd rather have Dibs or a Klondike bar over Dippin' Dots.
Interesting. I'd rather have Dippin' Dots over them, but I love Dibs. I think Dibs are
They
fantastic.
They're still in business.
But we have to remember this is all ice cream, though, not just Dibs. And so I would want to put it below Dippin' Dots.
Okay.
Just because it is all of them, it's including those weird fruit bars and
that's true. That's
all
true.
that. But I feel like it's pretty much the same.
It's a flip flop.
It really is a flip of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
The Dib, if it wasn't Dibs and just other ice cream, it'd be like D tier. Let's be real. Alrighty, next up, pizza. They do have pizza at our theater.
I have not had it.
I have not had it either. So,
okay.
But I mean, there is like, the argument could be made that it is like a S tier movie concession because think about how many pizza and movie nights that you had or I had as a kid, but that wasn't at the theater. That was at home.
Yeah, and so it's a different pizza too.
It is.
Different pizza companies make different pizzas that make it better. So,
next up is Good and Plenty, which I've never had.
Never had.
It's basically Mike and Ike or hot tamale, but licorice flavored.
Yep.
So
okay,
that sold Kevin on it. Peanut M&Ms are up next. What do you think?
I'm gonna get probably so much hate for this. This is my F.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not like peanut. I tried to like peanut and M&Ms too because I like chocolate and I like peanuts. Mm-hmm. These just don't do it for me. I can have chocolate covered almonds and they are the best, but these are just they use a peanut that's not good. I feel like, so that's why.
I just hate nuts, so I'm okay with an F tier.
Okay.
I've never had them, and that's why Kevin has, so that's why it's going in F, and I'm totally fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Sweet Tarts Original, the Tums of the candy world.
I don't remember when I even had these.
But you've had them before, right?
I've had them before in the theaters, but it was probably when I was like 10 years old.
Okay, so what are you thinking? What comes to mind?
Underneath Junior Mints.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, okay. I think that's totally fine. They're just like antacids. They're like chalky. It's not the great, kind of candy you want.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking of the next one because I had
Sweet Tart Ropes.
Sweet Tart Ropes are so good, but I don't get them at movie theaters. I will put them above M&M peanut. Not peanuts. I'm sorry. Peanut butter M&Ms.
I'm fine with that. They're good. Not my ideal thing. No. If I'm in the mood, I would probably consider it, but I'd rather get any of these like above it before getting those.
Yep.
Next up, Gatorade. We do have Gatorade at our theater.
I don't get it because I get soda.
So I'm usually the same way. There are times when I have gotten Gatorade though, just because I didn't want the sugar. I didn't want, that, or it was like late, right? Like there was a time when I saw Killers of the Flower Moon at like 9:30, and so I was there until like 1 a.m. And I just did not want soda that late.
Gotcha.
I'm comfortable putting it in the bottom of C tier. Like it's there if you need it. It's not something that's super crazy, but
it's still good. It's a still good drink to have.
It's Gatorade. All right, big heavy hitter here. Trolley Sour Bright Collars.
I mean, you just put that in the S tier, right next to Sour Patch.
I'm gonna say top of A.
Why? What's the difference between Sour Patch and Trolleys?
I feel like, so here's my pitch.
Okay.
The gummy part of the candy with the watermelon is softer. And I feel like every time I've had the Trolley Sour Bite Crawlers at the movie theater, they are tougher gummy candies, and I feel like it does hurt my jaw a little bit more.
Okay. I can see that.
I'm not saying they're terrible. They're still top of A tier.
Yeah.
There's only one candy above it right now. That's
the
not
comments are
Insta.
going crazy right now. The comments
I'm getting canceled because my jaw is hurting from Trolley. But I feel like any variation of these are great. It's just like I feel like I always get stale ones. And so that's what's kind of lowering my opinion a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I feel like top of A is fair for me. What do you think?
That's fine. I'm cool. Okay. I'm cool with that.
Lemon Heads, they don't have it at our movie theater. They're an interesting candy.
Yeah.
And then Juji Fruits, they don't have those at our theater.
No.
So those are like old candies. Twix. If I may go first on this one.
Go for it.
I feel like it is exactly the same as Kit Kat. Like same place.
I was thinking low B, high C. So we're good.
There we go. Like it's exactly the same thing, right? It's that chocolate. It's like you'd rather have it in the fridge.
Yep.
You know, it's just like it's not the best movie theater candy. It's great when you're at home, not when you're at the movie theater.
Yep, totally. Yep, perfect.
Alrighty, interesting one here.
That?
Nachos.
Oh, absolutely F tier. Absolutely F tier. And not because I don't like nachos, because it is literally Tostadas chips, Tostitos, sorry, and nacho cheese. They are loud in the movie theater. They are messy. I would get them outside of the movie theater. I would never get them inside the movie theater.
Okay, so this is where our first big disagreement is. I would put them in A tier.
Do you agree with my things?
I agree that they are loud, and I would say that I usually will get these if I'm not in the mood for my other thing that I usually get. But I will only get them for loud blockbuster movies. I 100% get that because they are loud, and if you have people around you, it's very annoying. But I cannot, in good conscience, say F tier.
Okay.
Like with the loudness factor, I would say maybe bottom of B tier.
See, I'd rather have Kit Kat's Twizzlers before I get nachos. Okay,
would you right there be okay? Right before
perfect.
Twizzlers?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Bare middle of the chart.
Bare minimum. Yep.
All right, no vetoes needed, but like I will say, have you had our theater has this option available where you can get the nacho cheese Doritos instead of the Tostitos? Have you had that, and what do you think? You haven't had that?
I haven't had that, no. I literally do not get nachos at the theaters.
Well, next time we go, you're going to get them.
Okay. I'll try them.
All right, next up, Airheads. This is going to be specifically the box that comes with 6 Airhead bars.
Okay.
For me, this was my go-to S tier item when I was a kid. I always got these, and I would do the thing where you take 2 of them, put them together, and you twist them. So you get both flavors. So like if I was 15, 10 to 18 maybe, I would probably put this in S tier. Right now though, I would probably say middle of B tier.
I was gonna say bottom of B tier because
that's fair.
Because again, they're not messy. They smell real good, but I have grown to not like the taste of Airheads anymore.
Even the white mystery ones that are always so good and you never know what they are.
I don't like the texturing of it for some reason.
That's fair.
When I was a kid though, get these every single time, but you grow up unfortunately.
Yeah. Alrighty, Mike and Ike's, I know how you feel about these capsule pill shaped candies. I think that these are at least a little bit better than any of the other ones, just because they do have multiple flavors.
Okay.
And so you do have more variety. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I mean, typically I would put this in A because I get these a lot when I'm at home. I have gotten them at the movie theater before, but I want to see what you have to say.
But when was the last time you got them at a movie theater?
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So was it more than Airheads?
I would get them more than Airheads. I would get them more than Reese's. I love Mike and Ike's. So I don't know. What do you
see?
You
I can't say anything. I don't think I've ever had Mike and Ike's.
You've never had them.
I've never had them. So this is all you.
That one's all me then. I'll say top of B tier.
Okay.
All right. We do have these in our movie theater. I checked today.
What is
Chicken tendies.
I don't think I've ever had them, but I'm very intrigued on them now because I did not see them.
I honestly, it's weird because I don't know how the process works, how long it takes for them to cook these items for you, and because they have to heat them. They're probably just frozen and they reheat them, but we've never had that experience, so I just have no idea what it's like.
Because we usually get to the movies like 10 minutes before it starts, and then it's like, okay, well, does the chicken tenders take 12 minutes? Or 20 minutes, so it's hard to, because we like to get there before seeing the trailers just to see what's coming out too. So, but I'm very curious on trying them actually now.
I think I'll wait till next paycheck and I'll go to a movie and I'll go there earlier than I would have gotten there just to order something like a pizza or chicken tendies or something like that and see how it is. It could end up being like a new S tier. You never know. Yeah,
exactly.
But alrighty.
Okay. Next up, I have not had these, so this is all you.
This is all me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is where it's going to be interesting. I have gone on record and I have said that I really do not like hot dogs when I'm at home, when I'm at barbecues or anything like that. Adrian and I did the hot dog eating contest when we hit 100 subscribers. Did not go well for me, but I do think it was the quality of the hot dog that I bought. Now, specifically, the hot dogs at my movie theater are an S tier. Usually when I go to the movie theater, if I have not eaten dinner or lunch or whatever the most recent meal is, I have to get one of these because it's a meat, it's a bun, you can put the condiments on it. Sometimes I get 2 of them. I don't know what it is about the movie theater. Someone out there is writing a comment right now. It's like, but they're always stale. They're not stale. I think they've just been under the heater for so long and the bread just gets more baked. And when it's almost like stale, but it's a little crunchy. I don't know. It's so perfect.
It's like a 7-Eleven hot dog sometimes.
It is. And I could care less. It's so good. I don't know. And I think there's a deal if you get 2 of them. So
remember, comments, this is our opinions. So do not hurt us.
Yeah, please let us know what you think of all these in the comment section, but don't flame us if we're mistaken. Quick one here, Cinnabon Gooey Bites. We do not have these.
If they had those though,
you need a fork though.
Oh yeah.
All right, big one here, Kevin. Ices. Every movie theater has ices.
This is a F tier. I'm just messing with you. It's probably like a B. I don't get ices that much, so
you led me for a loop on that one.
I'm thinking B. I don't get them as much. I don't even get 7-Eleven Slurpees because I feel like they're too cold sometimes. They hurt my teeth, and then they melt a little too fast for me.
So my biggest thing is that ices. I have forever been ruined on ices and Slurpees because of Taco Bell's freezes are so much better than everyone else's.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying B tier. I think S tier for ices. If I don't get a soda, I would get an icy.
Okay. What about top of A?
I would say top of A because I think now, especially that our theater has these soda flavored ices.
Yeah.
Makes it so much better.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Honestly, the only reason I don't get them as much often now is because I have the refillable cup.
And
I don't.
How much did it cost?
Can you put it in there?
I don't know.
Because that's a good question I want to ask them next time. I forgot to ask them today. Is if you can put ices in these, because then, oh boy, would that be higher?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, how
you were
much
gonna say?
does your soda cost to refill? I forget every
It's
single
like
time.
it's like $4.
Yeah, because it's $9 for me to get that big thing of popcorn and the soda.
Yeah,
That's
so much
okay.
better.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Skittles gummies. I've never had these.
I've never had these either.
Okay, easy enough. Churro bites. We do not have churro bites, but
Again,
those would.
again. Give me the Cinnabon gooey bites and these.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Next up, M&M's. Classic original chocolate M&M's.
Okay. This is going to be an A tier for me.
Where in the A tier? Above Sour Bright Collars?
Right below Ices. Right below Ices.
More than the worms. Okay.
More than the worms. This would be an SSS plus tier if they refrigerated them.
Yeah.
If they
I agree.
refrigerated them, I would get those every single time. But
I also think there's something here too that these are like an iconic like movie theater like candy.
Yeah.
And they, for a good reason, M&Ms are fantastic. You can just sit there and snack on them as much as you shouldn't because they're just completely full of sugar.
Yeah.
But I think they're fantastic. I think,
but they're not messy either. Like Kit Kats and Twix, because they come in the box and you just shove them in your mouth. Like
now they'll come in the bags, which is a little rough.
Yeah, but I don't know if we have. Do we have M&M minis on here? No. They used to sell M&M minis at the theaters. At the one in Irvine, and those were so good because they were mini M&Ms, but they still came in the big box like they do the regular M&Ms, so you get more of them. So
all right, next up, they have them in our movie theater. I checked. Well, we're going to count this as a kind of all-encompassing one. Pretzels, and I'm not talking like crunchy pretzels. I'm talking like soft, pillowy, bready pretzels. I have never had them at the movie theater.
I've never had them either.
But if they actually do have these pretzel nubs, like they're good,
I want to try
S tier. Fucking S tier every single time.
No,
if they have
you
them.
can't put them in S tier if you haven't tried them, though.
No, I'm saying if they're good, next time we go, it
gotcha,
could move up. Yeah, like because especially if it's like that nacho cheese or a mustard with it. We're nutting over here. All right, next up, classic one, like just bottle of water.
Okay, it's gonna go right next to Gatorade.
Yeah, it's got your back. It's there.
It's there, but it's too damn expensive at the movie theater.
Yeah, but luckily they are bigger bottles now. Then they're the Life Water bottles at our theater, which are it's actually really good. I like Life Water a lot. But yeah, it's just standard. It's there if you need some water. It's got your back.
It's bigger than convenient water or anything like that. So I'm fine with that.
Our theater does have hamburger, cheeseburger type things, but I've never had them at the theater.
Never had them.
So open them there.
To be honest, I'm kind of scared about hamburgers because it's like
a little bit.
Because it's
probably
like
gonna be soggy and frozen.
Yeah, I don't want
Alrighty, next up here, iced tea.
Right next to water.
Separate from soda.
Right next to water.
I'm gonna put it in D tier. I'm not a tea guy.
I like tea, so it's like
I'll move it up for you.
If I chose, it would probably be Gatorade water iced tea. That's perfect how it is because it's not something that I gravitate towards. But if I'm like, I want something sweet, but it's not like a Gatorade or a soda, like that's perfect.
Yep, makes sense. Next up are Raisinets.
I have never had Raisinets.
I have had Raisinets before. I bottom of F. They're absolutely fucking disgusting. You should not eat them unless you like raisins. Go for it. Then you're keep them in business, whatever. But I will never touch them. Reese's Pieces.
I don't like Reese's Pieces that much.
I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I can enjoy them.
I will put them above M&M peanut butter though, because I'd rather have those than the M&M peanut butters.
Yeah, same here, 100%. We do not have Cheetos popcorn. which
Another thing I really want to try.
sounds very interesting. I think we have mozzarella sticks in our theater, but I have not had them.
Me neither. We need to try all of these.
Yeah, we should actually do a video. I think that'd be really fun.
That would be fun.
All right, soda.
S tier.
Yep.
Pure. Yeah. Everything in S tier is S tier. Doesn't matter where it's placed.
Yeah, there's no placement in S tier.
No.
I think it's just everything up there.
S tier all the way.
You get soda at the movies. That's what you do. You just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Corn dog nuggets. They do have them in our theater, and I cannot wait to try them to see if they're just the frozen
I haven't tried
grocery
them.
store ones.
I want them.
So they'll go down the bottom one.
Okay.
All right. Big one here, Kevin. Skittles sour.
I have not had Skittles sours at a movie theater.
But have you had them at all?
I can't remember if I have had these.
All right. I have. I'll put them in A tier. Skittles sours are incredible. The problem with them is the malic acid or citric acid or whatever's on them. I can't remember which one it is. If you have too many of them, will actually eat the flesh of your cheeks and stuff away. That's how sour candy is. So you definitely can't just be sitting there munching on them. But man, if you can spread those out over the whole course of a movie, you're golden.
Okay.
With that, regular Skittles.
I would put high B. Somewhere in high B. I want you to decide where, because I have never had Mike and Ike. So
I definitely prefer them to Mike and Ike. So I'll put them there. Snow Caps.
Never
the
had
most
these.
Boomer candy ever. I have had them. I'm going to put them at the bottom of D. They're literally just chocolate chips with sprinkles on them.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather have them. Actually, I'd rather probably have those than
Junior Mints.
Most of these, but they're still D tier. Original Starburst.
It's got to be bottom A, top B.
I'm okay with bottom A. I love Starburst. They're one of my favorite candies ever. But they're messy in the theater. You got the little wrappers. They're not unwrapped.
That's true. That's true.
Bottom of A tier. Totally makes sense.
Okay.
Whoppers. I
haven't had Whoppers in probably like 20 years. So
I've had them within like the last 5 years.
Okay. What are you thinking? Cool.
I'm gonna put them in F tier.
Yeah, I'd rather have them than peanut M&Ms. Okay, perfect.
But I'd rather have any of these D tiers than that. Coffee.
No, I never really crossed my mind to get coffee at a movie theaters.
So I have had coffee within the last year at a movie theater.
Which one?
It was at our Irvine one.
Okay.
Because it was actually, it was because it allows you to bring in, like, there's a Starbucks right outside. So I brought in a coffee. So it wasn't a movie theater coffee, but it was a coffee that I had during a movie at a theater.
Okay.
And I want to make this very clear. This is specifically as a movie theater concession. And now that that's out of the way, bottom of F tier. Now, my reasoning is, for me, my body cannot handle coffee. I had one because I had a gift card, and I had this coffee when I went to go see Poor Things, and there's parts of Poor Things that I don't remember because I had to run to the restroom.
Okay.
So I have to put them at the bottom of F. If this was just coffee in general, it would also be F tier. But don't hate me because I don't drink coffee. I'd rather have a Monster any day of the week. All right, next up is bubbly.
I would put this
water
above. I would put this right next to Airheads.
I'm gonna put it right there.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Would rather have a bubbly than just a regular bottle of water.
Yep.
More refreshing, in my opinion.
Yep. And they're big. They're big cans too. They're not the small cans of bubbly.
Yeah. Starburst gummies.
I have not had these.
I have had these, and I will put them right below bubbly. I think that they're good. They're just not nearly as good as Starburst regular. And mini Starburst is up next. Have you had mini Starburst?
I have had mini Starburst.
What do you think?
I'm gonna say below Skittles.
That high?
Yeah, I mean they're just Starburst, just miniaturized. but I'd rather have the big Starburst than the mini ones.
Yeah, I would put these in D tier. I think these are awful.
Really? Maybe it's been a long time since I've had them. So,
and they're just, I don't know. I feel like maybe middle of C tier would be kind of between what we're saying.
But see, I'd rather have Reese's Pieces than.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'd rather have mini Starburst than peanut butter M&Ms. So
yeah, okay.
All right, next up, Nerds Gummy Clusters.
Oh my gosh, if you had Nerds Ropes on here,
it's basically the same thing. It's just chunks of the rope with.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my opinion, it's A tier, right below Starburst. I think Nerds Rope is so good. So if they're just little ones of this, perfectly fine where it's at.
100%. I love it right there. Alrighty, here's an interesting one. At least here in California, we do have a couple theaters that do serve alcohol while you're at the movie theater. So there's a picture of beer and wine here. Both of our theaters that we have locally have these. Have you had alcohol in the movie?
Yes.
Okay. I have not, but there's a reasoning for it, and I will still rate it somewhere. Where would you put alcohol?
I'm putting it right below Icy's.
Right below Icy's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it's another drink, and I like getting an alcoholic beverage when I know I'm about to see like a fun movie. Like, what was the last movie that I saw that had alcohol?
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah. Oh, I had an alcoholic drink, and that was just so much fun. It just loosens you up a little bit more.
Okay. So I will defer this to you.
Okay.
Just because I have not had a beer or a wine or anything at the movie theater. Mm-hmm. And there is a reason for that. If I had to place this somewhere, I would say bottom of F tier. Because for the specific reason... Oh, go ahead.
The reason is coffee?
No. For me, it's like when I'm going to the movie theater, 99.999 times out of 100, it is a movie that I have never seen before. Okay. And I do not want anything influencing my mind or influencing any part of my experience or personality or anything while I'm experiencing a film for the first time. I want to see the art as the director intended. I want to be able to fully kind of analyze it. And I think that drinking something, or no one does this, but like smoking something does just removes any critical opinion that I could have. And so I think that I would put it in F tier. If it was a movie I'd seen before, like when my brother and my sister-in-law and I went and saw the Mummy re-release, that would have been great, because it was just us in the theater. We've all seen the movie before. We were just cheering every time Brendan Fraser was on screen. That'd be fun. Drinking while watching a bad movie at home, absolutely fun. But I think, again, most of the time you're at the theater, you're seeing something you've never seen before, so you should be 100% paying attention to the movie. And I think alcohol can dilute that. But
I gotcha.
I will defer that to you because I've never had one at the theater. So I feel like that's totally
fine. I like having an alcoholic beverage or even popcorn or a soda with me. It doesn't have to be alcohol, but it just kind of... You feel kind of like loosened up a little bit, especially with alcohol. And it's like Deadpool versus Wolverine. I know I don't have to take it too seriously, and I don't have to watch for stuff. Like if I was seeing Poor Things in the movie theaters, I don't have to be like, oh, the background set is absolutely astounding, because I would see that. But Deadpool versus Wolverine, I'm like, okay, it's a Deadpool movie. I'm there just to have a great time, and that's what I do.
Yeah. Alrighty, next up, Welch's Fruit Snacks.
Okay, I have not had these in theaters for a very long time, but dude, I can snack on these all day if I wanted to. So it's probably going to be like bottom A.
Monitor? Yeah, I'm actually fine with that. I had them like within the last maybe year or so. Again, because I didn't want candy, but I did want something. And these have sugar in them, but they are healthier than candy. Quotations very large, but like they are healthier than candy, so it is a nice option to have on the side. Next up, Butterfinger Bites.
I haven't had these probably in a long time. I like Butterfinger though, so I will probably put it above Reese's Pieces.
Above Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I definitely I'm not a fan of Butterfinger typically.
Okay.
So, but I think that the bites are fine, and I think as a movie theater goes, like it's a decent way to get some peanut butter. I'd rather have Sweet Tarts Ropes than it, but Reese's. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have. I mean, I could flip flop with it on Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
So, I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Airheads Extreme Bites.
Okay.
The little Pride Flag sour candies.
Bro, these have to go next to Trolleys before Red Vines.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Totally get it. I think it's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather have these more than Sour Skittles. Because,
sure.
Again, they just... Oh, they're so damn good. Okay.
Alrighty. High Chew.
Okay. I haven't had these at a movie theater, but I have had them. I'm going to put them below Dippin' Dots.
Below Dippin' Dots.
Just because you're chewing a lot when you have High Chews.
Sure.
And your jaw would get tired and you might be smacking.
I will concede a little bit and put it at the top of B tier.
I'm cool with that.
Now, here's the problem. I would put High Chew in S tier.
Okay.
High Chew is the best fruit candy that exists, and I don't care who says otherwise. I will fight you. They are better than Starburst. They are better than every other candy like it.
Mm-hmm.
But they do make your jaw tired. They do have the wrappers on them, and they are loud when you have the wrappers and everything. So I do agree that it's a movie theater candy. B tier is fine. But man, if this was a candy tier...
Give me a whole bag of those things. They'll be gone in like 3 hours.
I'll eat the pound bag in like 10 minutes. And I'll be in the doctor. Lifesavers gummies are up next.
Lifesavers gum. I'm going to put them right before mini Starburst. Or I'm sorry, not mini Starburst. Gummy Starburst.
Yeah, totally great. They're basically the same thing.
Yeah. But
I think
feel
the
like
flavor's a little more wide-ranging.
Yeah. And the rings. I don't know why. The rings make it look cooler and better. So...
All right, milk chocolate covered almonds.
I personally like milk chocolate covered almonds, but I do not get them at the theater.
Okay, so where would you put them?
Let's put them above chocolate covered pretzels.
Okay.
It's
I hate nuts. I've never had them though, so I'll defer it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Swedish Fish.
Swedish Fish for me is an F, top of F. I don't like Swedish Fish.
Neither do I.
Okay.
They're boomer as fuck. And they're so fake tasting, and they're usually covered in like a weird powder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not good.
Okay.
Although if you do go to Trader Joe's, you can get Scandinavian Swimmers, which is a real ripoff that they have.
I love it. I love it.
Those actually have more colors and more flavors, so I will say they're slightly better.
Okay.
All right, last one up here are Rice Krispie Treats. They do have the big bar at our movie theater. I have never had this at a movie theater.
I've never had this at a movie theater either. I used to like them as a kid. I don't know if I like them now.
I still enjoy them. I definitely prefer like homemade ones. I think those taste better. But like at the movie theater, it's just the regular ones. If I had to get one, it would be the chocolate one. It's like the chocolate one with the chocolate on the bottom and the chunks on top. That one's way better. But yeah, I've never had these at a movie theater, so going down to the bottom.
Perfect.
So that is it. That is our tier list. You can kind of see everything we've placed here. None of us had to use a veto.
I was just gonna ask, do you need to veto anything?
Oh, that's a good.
That's
leave
good.
It till the end and then veto. Yeah. Oh. I have a veto in mind.
Okay.
Do you?
I am looking. Hold on. I can't do dibs in B, but I know it's all of ice cream. So
that's what to keep in mind. Yeah.
I do have a veto. I do.
You know what, actually, let me do this real quick. Let's, on the fly here, we're going to do this so we can make it a little easier. Here we go. All right, let me save this image real quick. And then, oh, it didn't save. Did it not?
Hello.
All right, let's see if that works. There we go. All right, ice cream. Putting in where the dibs are.
Okay, dibs are S tier because we both agree, right?
I would say top of A, but
okay, that's fine.
Top of A.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you still have your veto in mind?
I do have my veto still in mind.
Okay. What is your veto?
Mike and Ike's are going below nachos.
Ooh, that hurts.
Uh-huh. I'd rather have all of those before Mike and Ike's.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Oh man. I mean, you know what? I had one in mind, but it's not that. That's not that dramatic.
What were you?
But I do have a dramatic. I was gonna say Icy's into S tier.
Oh.
But I'm gonna veto, and I'm gonna say, nachos into A tier.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put them above alcohol. I love that movie theater nachos. They're so bad. Like, they're so bad for you. But like, I love that cheese sauce, and especially when they give you enough, and you just there's more nachos than there's physically for the cheese, and you're just like, you get that one last scoop with all that waxy cheese sauce on it. It's just, it's disgusting, but I love it. Okay. I don't care. Yeah, A tier. Okay. So there it is.
Cool.
That is the official complete now tier list for movie theater concessions. We know this has been a long video. Hopefully you have enjoyed this ride with us. We've absolutely loved talking about all this. So we're probably going to have a couple more of these tier lists coming pretty soon. So make sure you keep your eyes out for those. I know I say that because we're going to be filming another one real quick here. But we'd love to hear what you have to think in the comment section about any movie theater concessions. Anything that you love, anything that you hate, just go ahead and share about it. This is a cool place to just chill and talk about movie theater snacks. But if there's any piece of information, any kind of piece of advice that I can leave for you, it's that please, when you go to your movie theater, buy concessions. That's how your movie theaters make money, with more and more of the studios pulling more and more money for themselves. Like Disney, for example, takes 75% of your ticket sales. The theaters are starting to really struggle. So you should be buying concessions as much as possible. Even if it's just like one little box or something, they make 100% of that profit. And so, I mean, I'm sure a higher percentage, I'm sure. But just go out and support them.
I would suggest getting that refillable popcorn and soda. Because I think it's like $22 when you first buy them. And then it's like $11 after that. It's half the price. And it's like big popcorn and big soda. Like, you can easily split those. And that contributes to the theater as well.
100%.
But I want to know.
Keep your movie theaters alive.
Yeah. And I want to know in the comments, actually, what is your go-to candy? And if you have any candies that were not on the list that you go to as well at the movie theaters that are interesting.
Or any snacks that aren't on our list.
Yeah.
Like, your movie theater might have something special.
Dude, those Cinnabon ones, if we had those, oh my gosh.
Woo! That would be fantastic. I'm actually curious, though, before we end, what is one item, like a snack item or something that you would want to see at the movie theaters, Kevin, that isn't there already?
That isn't there already. Pull up the list again, just to make sure.
What?
Pull up the list, the tier list. Or did you exit out? Did you exit out of it already? Yeah, I just want to see, because I don't want to copy something. It's either got to be the pretzel bites or the gooey bites.
Pretzel bites are at our theater.
Oh, never mind then.
We just haven't had them.
Um,
But the gooey bites is probably the big one.
the gooey bites, yeah.
I think that movie theaters definitely push a little too much on sweet. I would want a little bit more savory. And so if there's any snack that I absolutely love that like I have at home all the time while watching movies, it would have to be something like Goldfish or Cheez-Its. Just something crunchy,
Ooh.
something cheesy, something like that.
Mhm.
I would absolutely love it. If they had like the little small cartons of Goldfish, I would devour those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
awesome. Well, same question to you guys. Not only your favorite things and your least favorite things, but what you would like to see movie theaters carry more of. Go ahead and leave those down in the comment section below. But thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a little long, but we've had an absolute blast making this. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, all those wonderful things, because we do have our weekly live stream that goes live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as our weekly show, Movie Club, which gets uploaded when I remember to edit it, unlike this week. And that goes live on Fridays at 4 a.m. Central or Pacific Standard Time. Excuse me, just in time for your morning commute, journey, jog, whatever. But thank you again so much for watching this. And until next time, make sure to keep those eyes or hands in the concession bucket at the screen.